Hello there, YouTube. I thought I'd make an extra effort to do a second recording today and talk about ACTA, SOPA, PIPA, all these other alphabet soup acronyms, and more generally about copyright. Now, it may sound odd coming from somebody who actually writes books, publishes stuff, and is, for want of a better word, a professional in a area of the media. But copyright is not about protecting the creator. It never has been. Creators have always been screwed over since copyright began back in 1920s, I think it was. Basically, the way that rights are handled, certainly at the upper levels, means that the people who are actually getting your money when you buy a legitimate product, most of them won't be the creator. Most of them will be the people who really don't do much more than make a few phone calls and publicise. It's generally these people who haven't got a creative bone in their body, frankly. And these giant conglomerates of media. I mean, when I've got Time Warner. Yes, I know, it shares a name with me, I'll have to do it. That's linked in with WB and several kind of a music label, and I think there's even some connection to. No, it's not. No, that's 20th Century Fox. Anyway, it's crossing media all over the place, but it's not the artists there. Obviously, there are rich people at the top, and they are taking a lot of money for what they do, but the percentage of what their records earn and what they get of that is tiny, really, because of the fact that creating is an industry. There is a whole load of people in the background that need to be paid. That's the beautiful thing about the internet and the new wave of creators. We can, with a bit of investment, we can create things quality-wise that are rivaling the professionals with their hundreds upon hundreds of people. It's like the spinning jenny putting the millers out of work. It is that powerful, and that's what the big corps in charge of these copyrights are scared of. That's why we have ACTA, that's why we have SOPA, it's why we have all this bullshit. So yeah, that is the basis of it. And yes, there is an ethical concern with just copying a movie straight and passing it around. But then again, where do you draw the line? You share it amongst friends, and by ACTA standards, you've just breached copyright. You show it in school, and by modern standards, in Britain at least, you've breached copyright. I mean, a number of times I've seen educational films in schools, and all those times, the school was technically breaking the law. And coach trips, same deal. Not allowed to do it. Hell, you're not. It actually specifically says in the British copyright disclaimer, you're not allowed to show it on an oil rig. What the fuck else are you supposed to do in your spare time on an oil rig other than watch fucking films? Come on! They've got to be some of the most boring places on the planet, and you specifically singled them out as places you can't show videos, DVDs, whatever. It's crazy. And really, we do need to have another look at copyright legislation. And we do need to have a look in the context of what modern technology can do and what people, creative minds out there, are being limited by copyright. A lot of my stuff's parody work. I did a parody of Harry Potter, WizKid. I've done parodies of. I did a parody of 140,000. That's Horseplay 20,000. And ACTA could potentially threaten that. I mean, I know White Wolf are a gaming company. They don't. I know people at White Wolf. They don't give a monkeys about the fact I'm taking the mickey out of them. They took the mickey out themselves with their April Fool's product. They have a sense of humour that just doesn't come out in their books. And when it comes to Games Workshop, although they can be a bit more harsh with their copyright laws, they know they haven't got a leg to stand on because of the fact I've changed so much and my story world is so different from theirs. So I'm protected there. J.K. Rowling, though, and to a lesser extent with some of my Bloodsucker stuff, Stephanie Meyer, I would worry about ACTA taking out some of my stuff. It is that serious. Because these are extremely... I'm not entirely sure that half of these copyright claims that Rowling has been particularly litigious about are actually her being litigious about them. I'm pretty sure it's ever since Time Warner bought the rights to the movies, and Time Warner have been controlling the Harry Potter brand. And not very well either, because Lego have got their hands on it, but that's another story. But yeah, it is a concerning bit of legislation. You should be concerned, as if you're any kind of YouTube creator. I'm already very cautious with my YouTube stuff in that if it has, although it's fair, it comes under fair use, if say a review of mine has any sort of images or brief snaps of music from the source material, I don't put it up for revenue. I'm legally allowed to, but I don't because of things like content matches and other bullshit that YouTube has been throwing at us recently. And I'm just trying to preserve my channel as much as I can, hence why the Iceberg Lounge exists, because it's on Fatal Error and their mods aren't a bunch of arseholes, or robots in some theories. Yeah, that's my thing. And when it comes to the idea of copyright restricting, sort of getting at fan work, I mean, this has happened with Harry Potter, with certain fan sites being attacked by people claiming to represent Rowling, which I'm pretty sure they're Time Warner, saying, oh, you can't do this fan fiction. Although a lot of Harry Potter fan fiction is very disturbing, I really think, since they're not making any money out of it, they have every right to write this horrific slash fiction, if that's what they want to do. And I'd go further than that. I'd say that when your franchise, the official shit of your franchise, is making over £1 million, when it's making that amount of money, you really should not be protected by copyright in that sense. Fans should be able to do their own shit, and maybe on a small scale even sell it. I know I'd love to do a King Tut comic at some point, but the likelihood of me ever working for DC, being in England, and being so small in any form of sort of literary acceptance, it's a minuscule chance, but I'd love to do that. And obviously I couldn't do it on my own because copyright. So that's my thoughts. My thoughts is, when you're making legitimately, and these films are still making legitimate profits of over £1 million. Films, TV, books, whatever. They're making legitimate profits, not earnings, profits. These people are making massive profits already, and getting every penny of their investment back, and yet they're still greedy enough to continue to persecute their fans, to go after these people on small scale, or just small scale sharing it amongst friends. And that's all Mega Upload ever was. It's not proper sort of darknet shit with where you can download pretty much everything. Mega Upload was sharing amongst friends, pretty much. It's just some people didn't secure it properly, so it was more than just their friends that ended up downloading. But yeah, when you're making that, and people go on, oh, but if you could get it for free, nobody would pay it. I call bullshit on that. I really do. Because I know for a fact pretty much everything in my back catalogue has been pirated. Everything I've ever written has been pirated. You could very easily get anything I've written free. There's no doubt about it. You could look somewhere on the net, just type it into Google for fuck's sake. You will find it there, and you will be able to download it free. But I just said, as I say at the front of every book I've ever written, I don't care. I don't care. If you like it, please consider buying legit next time. And a lot of people do. They get a pirated copy and they think, this is quite good, I'll buy properly next time, keep the guy going. And that's all I ask. For God's sake, this is now has now got incredibly stupid. And yes, we do need to look at the legislation. We don't need to be making it more strict. We need to be opening it the fuck up. I mean, where the copyright owners of Nail Gun Massacre can drive Brad Jones off YouTube. And again, he had every right to put those fucking videos up. And he's now on Blip. And that guy with the glasses, he's done well for himself. But when somebody who owns such a piece of trash as that goes after people for copyright, you know everything is royally fucked up. Thank you.